The Bible isn't just a book of random stories. It's 66 different books that come together to tell one story. An incredible one. About God's love for us. And now for an amazing story. Inspired by the book of Luke, chapter 15. Verses 11 to 24.
When Jesus was on earth, he lived like one of us. He slept, ate, worked, made friends, traveled, but his main purpose was to show people what God is like in everything he said and did and the stories that he told. Some of Jesus' parables cast God as a king or a shepherd or someone looking for a lost coin. And in one story, he likened God to a father. Now, if Jesus were telling this story today, it might go something like this. There once was a wealthy farmer who had two sons. We'll call them Peyton and Eli. Now, Peyton never failed to always do what his father asked.
Well, cow stalls are mucked out, carrot patch fertilized, horse tails braided, and I should have time to give orders about the wheat harvest before breakfast.
Eli, on the other hand, was less enthusiastic.
What? Guess I overslept again. Hey, can I get breakfast in bed already? Oh, and make sure the pomegranate juice is fresh squeezed. Come on.
Frankly, Eli was a lot less interested in his family and his farm than he was in just having a good time, and he knew that when his father died, he would inherit a huge chunk of his dad's money and property.
I could throw some serious parties with that kind of cash.
The more Eli thought about all that money, the more it consumed him. Finally, he ran out into the field where his father and older brother were overseeing the wheat harvest.
Dad! Hey, Dad!
Well, look who finally showed up to work.
Work? I've got a better idea.
Well, let's hear it.
I want you to give me my share of your property and money right now.
Now?
Yeah, like today.
Eli's words were cruel. It was like saying he wished his father was already dead. But Eli's father cared enough to let Eli make his own mistakes and learn his own lessons. So Eli's father divided up everything he owned and gave Eli his share of the money.
Well, here it is, son. Use it wisely.
Yeah, sure, whatevs.
Eli lost no time in packing up and heading out of town on the family's best horse.
Time to blow this popsicle stand.
Soon, Eli arrived in a foreign city full of colorful markets and even more colorful characters.
Now this is the life!
Within days, Eli had rented a fancy new home and bought an entire new wardrobe. He had peacocks in the courtyard and a party every night.
Pizza party Sunday, paintball party Monday, and don't forget Taco Tuesday.
You're the best friend ever, Eli.
Eli made dozens of new friends, and as long as he kept throwing parties, they happily showed up every day. But then, a terrible famine swept over the land. Everyone ran low on food.
Hey, Eli, you got any PB&J?
A little low on groceries. Let me run to the store. Oops, I'm a little low on funds, too. Can I borrow a few bucks?
Sorry, dude.
Just like that, Eli found himself out of money and all alone. Not to mention that, his stomach was empty.
Well, I guess, I'll have to get a job. Ugh.
Work was as scarce as food, but at last, Eli found a job taking care of pigs. And he could still hardly afford food, so he was always hungry. In fact, the scraps he was feeding the pigs started to look pretty good.
Potato peel and moldy bread hash. Sorry. All yours.
Eli's days out in the field with the pigs gave him plenty of time to think, and soon his thoughts turned back to the home that he tried so hard to leave behind.
Even my father's servants eat like a king, and here I am practically dying of hunger.
Carefully, Eli began to make plans. He figured his father would be so angry he would maybe fly into a rage or send him away.
Well, I'll have to talk fast. I'll say, Father, I've sinned against heaven and against you too. I'm not fit to be called your son anymore. So just let me be like a servant.
Eli sold the horse long ago, so he trudged back home on foot. The journey took several days.
No, make me like one of your servants. No, I'll just, work around the place.
As Eli neared home, he took the back roads so nobody would see him.
Dad's probably out in the field.
As Eli approached the house from a distance, he could see a figure standing on the porch. In moments, the figure rushed down the stairs and ran into the lane. As the man grew closer, Eli could see.
Father!
Eli froze, unable to believe what he was seeing.
My son!
His father threw his arms around Eli, hugging and kissing him. Eli stepped back, struggling to catch his breath.
Father, I've sinned against heaven and against you too. I'm not fit to be called your son anymore.
To Eli's amazement, his father ignored those words, ushering his son back to the house. Many of the household servants had come out to see all the commotion.
Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet.
Consider it done.
Eli stood speechless as servants buzzed around him.
Bring the fattest calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate.
We're on it.
But Dad, I'm the one who should be doing the work.
Eli's father shook his head and announced to everyone around,
This son of mine was dead, and now he is alive again. He was lost, and now he is found.
Eli had expected to have to work to make things right, but instead he found himself to be the honored guest of a big party, all because his father had chosen not to make him pay for the wrong he had done.